At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu. With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Hey everybody, it's been a very, very long time, but welcome back to another recap of Love During Lockup here on Jaden XD.
Oh my God.
I know, it's been like 6 months or so.
Oh really? I thought it was a year.
Nah, I want to say it wrapped up right before the holiday.
Okay.
Maybe a little later. I don't know. But in true Love After Lockup fashion, this is free, available anywhere you get podcasts and on YouTube and on Patreon. So free $99.
Yep.
So you can watch us do this thing we do. Right?
That's right.
Whatever the fuck it is. I will say I am thoroughly excited that this is back.
I know.
I love rewarding bad behavior. When it has nothing to do with people that I truly know, you know.
Also, before we get to Love After Lockup, Big Deb, the Trump supporter, has her own reality show coming out.
I'm sorry?
It's called Deb's House.
Is this like a baddies, like South situation?
Okay.
Or?
Think Making the Band meets... I don't really know what the premise of Baddies was, so I can't honestly answer that. But think Making the Band mixed with... remember that Missy Elliott show where she was like... Fucking thumbs up. Missy Elliott show where she was trying to find the best singers. Is that where we got Oh So Crispy?
No, that's when TLC
That
was
was
trying
TLC.
to replace...
But you remember Missy Elliott's one. It was on UPN.
Yes, it was on UPN. They both were, actually. Yeah. But yes.
Because remember when I told you my sister got bit in the head by that houseless man?
Yes.
So who helped to, like, I don't want to say save her, but, you know, like, help her in that situation? It was a big boy on the Missy Elliott show who was on the Missy Elliott. He was sang really well. He was like a Ruben Studdard, and he was on the Missy Elliott show, and that nigga was one of the niggas to help my sister when she got attacked and bit in the head by that man. They chased him several blocks, wrapped him up with a belt, and drug him back to the Popeyes. And then we had to rush her to the emergency room, get her shots in her head, because when I tell you that nigga bit into her head with like the fervor of like how you would bite into an Italian hero. Like, no, I'm so serious. We can laugh now because she's 35 and but that was a very eventful night. It was the night my sister got attacked by this crackhead and he bit her in the head at Popeyes. I'm so serious.
I know you are. And that's what makes it funny.
Dead ass. So Love After Lockup.
Yes. We are in a brand new season of Love During Lockup, which means that we're going to have a slew of different people for Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
And Love whatever the fuck happens after that, right?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
Did you have a stroke?
Yeah. And then my Pellegrino came down both sides of my mouth. I was like, oh no, I'm freezing. I'm freezing.
I smell toast.
Toast. There's toast in the air. Toast. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Well, anywho, like again, we said this is free access anywhere, even on the main stage, so you can go listen to it.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to? Let's just start in order. Let's start with
Rudy Huxtable
Timmy
and Big Brother.
Yeah, aka the Truman Show. That's what I've named them.
Yes. This is
Because there's nothing healthy about this at all.
I mean, not even a little bit of nutritional value. Not even a little bit.
Not at all.
This is bad.
So this story takes us to Yukon, Oklahoma, where we meet Tenny, a stay-at-home mom. And I'm sure she has a business where she either sells eyelashes or like
She
does
does
taxes
taxes,
for
yeah.
people.
Or both. You know.
Or both,
multiple LLC club, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there's Rob, who he's
Big
in
brother.
for robbery. Yeah, robbery with a firearm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those rare occasions where they're already married. They've been married for 4 years.
Yep.
He is currently serving an 18-year sentence. He's already been in for 16 years.
Yeah.
He's about to come home soon. I gotta be honest with you. The prison system is so lax. Like, he is giving us a tour via FaceTime of his digs.
So initially I was like, okay, if a nigga is able, he has the ability to watch the cameras and be on the phone with her literally 24/7. And I was like, maybe he's in some kind of like halfway. I thought I missed something. I was like, he must be in some sort of halfway house program. Like, no, my guy is in full cell lockup. But according to him,
with a Bluetooth,
you know, with a Bluetooth on his head. But he's like, you know, I'm a big boss. So, you know, the COs respect me. And if something pops off in here, they need someone with a cell phone to access the outside world for help. I didn't.
Yeah, I was trying to understand,
No.
either you a big time snitch or you
niggas be so
one of the
niggas be so
COs.
self-important though that I just be, you know, that kind of stuff I take with a grain of salt. But he tours us his I did laugh when he was like, excuse the mess, it's early in the morning.
Yes, he shows off his, you know, jail art, as they all have, that he has drawn in his pastime.
Yeah.
They met in high school. That was his first love.
Yep.
So he claims. And because he has all this technology at his fingertips, he has access to all of the Ring cameras in Rudy Huxtable's house.
And they got cameras in every room except her bathroom and the kids' rooms.
Yeah, Big Brother, down, Truman Show. And he says he's, like you said, he's knowingly breaking the code. But you know, and I'm always questioning, how does Matt Sharp get away with this? But you know what? Let me not put question marks where God put a period.
Exactly.
You know?
Or exclamation mark.
Yeah. So
Mind your business, nigga.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, she has 2 friend kids because anytime there's children that shows up on this show, they're always the voice of reason. So they
Ancestor
become their friends.
children. is what they
Yeah.
are. Mm-hmm.
And so my note says initially, I'm going to assume they call him Dad.
Yes, they do, I think.
And they do. They do. I learned that later. And, you know, they're pretty, like, 11 and 9, I believe. They're a little
They're
older.
13 and 10.
Oh, see, even worse. So...
And that's what it was.
So-
Like, this nigga essentially said he got seniority in prison. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting up, suited and booted, to go visit this nigga in prison, who is also locked up in Oklahoma, which is, you know, usually rare for these types of cases. Normally they have to travel to different states to, you know, different federal prisons or whatever.
Not always. Not always.
That's true. Because we had to go with my cousin. We only went to San Quentin, and that wasn't that far.
Yeah, and my cousin was at Wake County, and then when he got sent to the actual Fed, then state actually, then it wasn't. It was like an hour and some change past that.
So of course, in true Matt Sharp Entertainment fashion, he's like, I have something to tell her, but I don't know. I've been holding on to this secret for a very long time. And on the way, he calls her. He's like, I have something to tell you.
Let me tell you something. We've been covering this show for 7 years, I believe. 7 years. Something stupid on our behalf, on our part.
Yeah.
But
I'm not proud to admit it.
No, but it is what it is. So we've been covering this show 7 years. I'm so sick of this surprise bullshit. Like, unless you niggas are pregnant in your toes, you know what I'm saying? Or you're letting your prison mate fuck you in your ear. I don't care about I don't care if you got a secret kid. I don't care if you're married to 7 bitches at one time. Like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Unless it's like, nigga, tell me that you got a growth in your belly button so I can be like, yo, what kind? Like, shock me for once.
Yeah, shock us, because none of this is going to surprise me. It's probably going to irritate me even more.
Yeah, and I know it. And I like Rudy Huxtable. I think she's a pretty girl. Let me say, like is strong. Like is strong. I think she is. You know, I want to honor Black women as much as I can. This is a hard setting. In the
context of this show.
Yeah, I was like, this is hard because when that nigga be calling me, baby daddy, I love you. I was like, can we stop doing that?
Right. He ain't fathering nobody's babies over here.
And you just left like 3 minutes ago. You was screaming like that before you got there. You screaming as soon as you left. Yeah.
So, you know, they go on their visit. It goes fine, but he does not tell her the secret because there wouldn't be a show if he told her right away.
Exactly.
And so on the way home, we learn that, you know, he's about to come home soon. And eldest ancestor daughter is like, she's happy because she's tired of doing this back and forth every weekend to go see this nigga. Like, she wants to go to basketball games.
She's like, girl, I have friends, girl.
Yeah, like, I'm tired of being your friend and, you know, going up there with you to see this nigga. I don't know him like that, but okay. But, you know, Tenny Huxtable, she tries to, you know, thank them, you know, for being, you know, for holding her down.
I did appreciate
their mom
that.
Friend.
Even though this is, you know, you got to take your wins where you can get them. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like she has a good relationship with her kids. Do I love all that she's exposing them to? Absolutely not. Like, there is no black ass away on this planet that if there wasn't a Tristan, God forbid. And I just had me a kid and was like, we're just going to go visit my friend every weekend until I finally one day tell you it's not my friend, it's my nigga. And then my kid is asking me constantly, like, how are you feeling? How are you adjusting? I can't imagine. I can't imagine doing any of this.
Yeah.
But with all that aside, it seems like she has a communicative relationship with her kids and, like, as healthy as it's going to be, you know, given this or whatever. And so I appreciated her honoring the fact that, yes, these niggas are giving up their lives to go with you to visit this nigga and also, well, we'll get to that in a second about the surveillance. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, ancestor daughter is like, again, ask her therapeutic questions like, how are you feeling? What's going on? This Tenny quotes Vivian Green. And I really want to say that I am excited that the younger generation has never let Vivian Green go.
Because Tenny's only 33. Okay? I was like, you better sing Vivian Green.
Yeah.
Very black.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And so she's like, I'm on an emotional roller coaster. I'm going through it. I don't know what to feel. And
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
I have all these emotions coming up. And I'm worried that, things might not work out or what will happen. And, of course, we get to the of course, they stop to get something to eat at a brewery because they're all old enough to be there.
Absolutely. They're 10 and 13. Noah's been in breweries since she was 2.
Yeah. And so they all order chicken fingers and French fries because they're all old enough to do that.
Yep.
And they're having a good family meal, and they're like waxing poetic on what it's going to be like when this nigga gets out. Yeah,
it's gonna be real different when the nigga's in the house and the kids are like, they are laughing all of this off, but it is disturbing to me. They're like, it's gonna be so different with the cameras, like, because we stay in trouble because that nigga's always watching the cameras, which is also like, that doesn't make me feel comfortable with my children. I have a 10-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter, and they go to sit down on the couch to watch TV and you watching them. Like, that don't sit right in my spirit.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, they'll go out and make a sandwich and eat it on the couch, and then all of a sudden it's like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Hey, get off the couch. Like, that's weird.
No, we eat on the couch now. I'm like, no, get the fuck off of the computer. Like, don't you have some noodles to make or something, nigga? Like, why are you...
Right. Don't you have some whippets to whip,
That may not be his thing, friend.
He might do it for other people.
Maybe.
Like, fuck out of here. I will unplug this AT&T internet, and now we all...
Right. Like, what you gonna do when I put paper towels over these fucking cameras? If I was them kids are way better than me, because I would have been... I remember when...
Poured water on the router.
I remember when me and my sister were younger, and this is, like, internet was new. You know what I'm saying? It didn't. This doesn't even have anything to do with internet, but this is just to show you. So my mom was, she did that manipulative black mother shit. What happens if I die? And your dad gets another wife. How y'all gonna act? Me and my sister. We are gonna make her life miserable. Like, without question. What do you mean? Yeah. So, and this is for our own well-being. Right. Girl, this is not about you. We are going to make her life miserable, though. And so, why these kids have not put stickers over these fucking cameras? Or, like, what's he going to do?
Oh, yeah.
What's he going to do?
Listen, I'd be like Mary from 90 Day Fiance, just unplug the internet.
I would just
like, ooh, we had an outage.
First, I would start running. I would run in the camera and be like, "You gonna come catch me?" And then I would start unplugging the shit and full out lying, like Mary.
Or just watch everything on my iPad from the bathroom. Can't catch me, nigga. I'm shit.
You can't.
But
oh god.
But anywho, that was them.
Yeah.
I am interested to see where this goes.
Same.
I'm going to assume that he makes it out and they're on the next season of Love After Lockup.
You keep watching these fucking cameras. You're not making it out. Do you hear me? If I was them kids, I'd be plotting and planning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Plotting and planning. But yes, that was them.
Okay, so let's who is next?
Quiznos.
Andrew and Candace. I don't have a name for them yet. I sad Andrew.
Oh, I only have a name for him. I don't have one for her yet, and I don't have one for everybody. Like, they come organically. Like when the last two came up on the screen, when I tell you within 12 seconds, I was like, oh, that's Andrew. I just call him Quiznos, and I'll let you figure out.
Because he looks like the rat.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was just gonna let you figure it out when you said it.
Yeah.
But
no, as soon as you said Quiznos, I was like, oh yeah.
We got a pepper bar. He looks just like that. Candace is still. She's kind of like chameleon. A chameleon to me. She changes in every photo. So.
Yeah, because at first she gives like Britney.
Yeah,
but then
she gives like
she
Michelle
also,
Visage.
Yeah. Speaking of our girl Britney from the OG of Marcelito and Britney, you know, she is she started a cleaning business out in Orlando.
I love that.
So you know, if you need your house cleaned, you know, give her a call.
She's one of the only white women we plug. But Andrew, aka Quiznos, lives in Greenwich, New Jersey. He's 40 years old. He's a warehouse supervisor. Candace, aka Chameleonaire, I guess because we don't know what that bitch looks like yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
We've seen
yeah,
4
so
pictures
weird.
and we still don't know what she looks like. She's 29 and locked up for burglary in Nevada.
Yeah.
So
she's getting out in a few days.
Yeah, she'll be getting out in a few days. So we open their scene with Andrew at the crib, and his homeboy Bookman drops by to.
I called him Cleveland.
It's like, look at that is Bookman. So
yeah, Bookman. That's funny. Bookman. Yes.
His homeboy Bookman, aka James, drops by to help him, quote unquote. At first we thought it was just a dining room table full of gifts, which is nothing, right? We've seen that often. But what we find out is that Quiznos is getting ready to drive a whole bunch of shit out to Nevada because Candace is getting out, and he is now going to be financially responsible for her for the next several months. Now, when you think financially responsible, you're like, oh, so he's going to move there like every other dumb nigga does on this show? No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is he No. He has rented her an apartment. He has bought her a truck that he's making payments on. He basically has a monthly salary that he is responsible for her livelihood until she can get clearance to move to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've been dating almost a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's he says to Bookman that he has spent currently about $15,000 on her. Now, I want to say he was like, oh, I got her a truck. And that car note is $2,700.
No. No.
Oh, that he just spent $2,700 on the truck.
It's like, wait. The truck is it's a high note. Let's be very clear here. It's like a $750 car note a month.
Oh, okay. Then I misheard that because I was like, wait a minute, because it's a newer truck.
So what I heard was, okay, listen.
I mean, they talk about how much he makes, with all the financials later on.
Exactly.
But yeah, so he's been married twice. Unsurprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And they both ended in divorce, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, he said, was a user and just wanted him for his money. Which,
unsurprisingly.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one was shocked by that fact. But he is ready to walk down the aisle of matrimony once again. And he shows Bookman the ring he got her from Zales, or Every Kiss Begins with K, and everything.
Yeah. Now, while he is dumb as a box of rocks for spending all this money for renting an apartment for her and buying her a truck and all kinds of things, because you don't know this lady at all, and you don't know what she's about to be doing and all of this stuff.
No.
He does the smartest thing that I think I've seen anybody on this show do who is going to do something stupid. He goes to see a financial advisor. Everybody else just tells us, like, I've spent $30K on this nigga. I buy this nigga noodles every other day. Like, you know, I've sent him $18,000 worth of socks, whatever. But he at least goes to the financial advisor and he's like, I need to break down all of what I spend on her and what I need in life so that I'm not falling completely in the hole. And that's where we learn that her rent is going to be $100 more than what his mortgage is. His mortgage is $13. The rent's going to be $14. Bought the truck. That's $700 something a month. Essentially, it comes to between his expenses and her expenses, his child support, all of that. It comes to $6,200 a month. He brings in $6,800 a month.
Yeah, so he's barely making it even.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because we've seen otherwise.
Yeah.
And
leaving no wiggle
it's
room
also,
for anything.
Right. And it's also wild because he's only seen this bitch 8 times for 2 hours at a time.
Yep.
So.
And he's not above
16
borrowing
hours.
continuously from his 401k.
Now, I got to tell you, I have done that in the past. You get taxed on that shit like a motherfucker.
That's part of his fucking expenses. So why would you keep being willing to do that?
Right. Like, oh, that's just going to continue, like, you know what I mean? Like, adding up, right?
He's not bright. It's just he just did one responsible thing.
Yes. So, Mama, the financial planner, she was like, you don't want to be broke or you want to be broke. Because his solution to all this was, so should I get a credit card? And she was like, no,
nigga. Do not get a fucking credit card.
Why would you do that? That's more debt.
She's like, you are sliding by the skin of your teeth right now. And we want to know if you're willing to be broke for love. And he's like, yes, I am. So he goes he gets on the phone with a chameleonaire and tells her that he went to go see the financial advisor. Well, she spawns a nuke, which of course is a red flag for us, right? Because he doesn't see it as such. It's not too bright. But she spawns a nuke about him seeing a financial advisor because what that is saying to her is that he is broke and she may be left with nothing.
Yeah, she took it as like if something happens like in this financial scenario, where does that leave her? So I kind of understood where she was coming from. Still awful. And cuz she was like, I thought we agreed I'm going to get a job and all that good stuff. It's like, yes, lady or person, I don't know her pronouns, their pronouns. But I
True.
That's just my
right.
default for everything.
Yeah.
Because if he misses a payment on something, she might be out on the street, and that would fuck up her parole probation because we don't know what type of paper or legal situation she about to be in.
Right.
So I get her fear or whatever, but she also needs to think clearly like, oh, he's doing a responsible thing by going to a financial advisor. He didn't say anything that things were going to change in the agreement. All he just said was, I went to a financial advisor. She was like, you didn't tell me, so that means you're broke. No, lady, that means he has enough money to go see a damn financial advisor.
I knew she was going to be a problem when I seen her hair. So that court clip will be applicable to so many different situations. I love that clip very much. But when I seen all them different shades that she dyes her hair, and that's not to say people who dye their hair different shades are problems. It is the particular shades on this particular woman that that told me all that I need to know.
Yeah.
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 But that was them.
That was them. Let's move on to the Players Club.
Oh, Cousin Monica. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Hello out there, Jade and XD universe. Now, life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn could be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. Listen, it's a special night out. It's an anniversary. It's graduation season coming up. And, you trying to, bless somebody's, Cash App or pockets real quick, for the future. You know what I mean? But you don't get paid until the next Friday. Listen, this is where Earnin comes in. Make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. So, download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Yes, Players Club and Jamal with the Technicolor Dream penis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's all we know about him, positively.
It is.
So this story takes us to Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too sure where that is. I feel like they sell, that's where some cigarette or beer company is from.
I definitely think they make guns there.
Yeah. So she's a stripper, and
don't shame sex work on this show.
I didn't say she was. I didn't shame nothing.
You're
They
right.
just said dancer. I just wanted them to call it what
clarify.
it was.
No, you're right. She's
Yeah.
an
Ain't nothing wrong with
exotic
a stripper.
dancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a very proud one, because she was like, I was gonna go to school for anesthesiology, and she was like 12 years.
Fuck that.
And he's in prison for drug trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
So we open up the scene with period picking her up to go to work, right?
with the Shirley Temple baby hairs.
Yeah.
Oh, but you
And
forgot that Nay with the braids. We really open up with Mama scurrying off to work, and Nay with the braids shows up to watch the baby.
Oh, yes. And, part of this is relatable, not to me, but we know this.
Absolutely.
What does that poet say? And we know this place.
Yeah.
So, like I said, period picks her up because she has a suspended license.
Yes, and yes, she does right now. So, period is her coworker. Again, I do not want you all to bypass. I have to repeat this. Period has Shirley Temple baby hairs.
Mm-hmm.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah. Also, friends, after a certain age, you gotta let the baby hair go.
Talk to Chili.
You know what I mean?
Talk to Chili.
I would if she listened to black people. So I
I don't know if you have to let baby hair go all together.
Or stop calling it baby hair.
I think we need to stop calling it baby hair. You know what I'm saying? Like some of this is very cultural, and it doesn't stop. But then, then there's, grow up also, like.
Yeah. Yeah. But anywho, she just wants to be successful.
Yeah.
She's 27. She got 2 kids, but she's tired of stripping and she's trying to get out the strip club Stevie.
Well, kind of.
The thing is, she makes a lot of money.
Yeah. Something keeps pulling me back.
Yeah, she makes at least $600 a night.
Yeah. And she's a single mother of a 9 and a 2-year-old. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. So here's where we have the issue.
This is why she's Monica and not Diamond.
Yeah. So like she her and Jamal Jamal by the way. Yeah. The traditional Indian spelling, if you will.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think so.
He was dating her ex-bestie, and there's footage. We'll get to that in a second. And that's how they met.
They all lived together in the same house.
In the same house, yes. So after the night, and the dolls are calculating their income and their earnings for the evening. The dolls are just communing about life and what's supposed to happen next, and
Absolutely.
she's talking about the love of her life right now, and she's like, and period is like, hey sis, are you sure this is going to be an everlasting love this will be situation? And
Do you think he promises to love you faithfully?
Yeah.
Faithfully.
And all the girls are trying to be supportive, but they're also trying to be like, girl, you also dating a prison nigga, like let us be clear.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I got the peach and he got the cream.
I really wanted to not even reiterate that.
Yeah. Well, and at least she's honest. She is she goes on for the next 3 minutes of cable television to let us know that he has a third leg.
Yeah.
And Matt Sharp Entertainment Television Productions, they try to find every picture to demonstrate that he has a big wang.
Yeah.
Anywho.
In the process of this politicking with the dolls, she gets a phone call. So, of course, she answers.
My favorite.
Yeah. She gets a phone call from the public defender. And she answers it on speaker. What up, bestie? And, they
said, take that shit off.
They were like, are you by yourself? So we knew at that point that this was a serious conversation. So she was like, oh, okay, let me go on over to the chair. So she goes over to the chair. This is no laughing matter, but and basically they call her to let her know you got a second DUI charge. It's been because it was so close to the first DUI charge, then you're gonna have to serve some jail time. Well, her first DUI charge was literally just a couple weeks, I think, before the second one. And the second one, she was speeding. They pulled her over, and the whole Dodge Charger smelled like weed. So that's why her license is suspended. And she can't avoid jail time because that's 2 offenses back to back. Also, it's not just 2 DUI offenses back to back.
No.
Because Mama has priors. And we got wonderful TikTok B-roll footage of her and the ex-bestie coming to blows outside after ex-bestie popped her tires for fucking with her nigga. But they had a connection that couldn't be avoided. And so now they in love. And, Period is embracing her because she is down and out. She's like, I got 2 kids, which that's a very real fear. But also, Mama, you cannot be sitting up here motherfucking speeding. If you're going to be smoking in the car, maybe you don't speed down the highway. Maybe you keep some Ozium in the vehicle. Maybe you just move a little differently in order to make sure that
or just smoke when you get to the club.
That's it.
Outside.
Before you leave and when you get there. You already did that. You cannot smoke in the car. This is coming from a nigga who smoked I know you smoked before you left, and I know you're gonna smoke when you get there. So don't fucking smoke on the commute.
Simple, easy peasy.
Especially in Pennsylvania. The fuck? So, she's now going to be facing some undisclosed amount of jail time. It could be 15 days. It could be 90 days. And somewhere in the midst of this, she is also stressed about not being able to talk to her nigga.
Yeah, nothing came up about her being concerned about being away from her children.
She did say she couldn't do 90 days because she's a single mother. But then she went into also, but two felons can't talk to each other at all. And I was like, that should absolutely not be.
That should be the last.
That should
thing on
absolutely
your
not
list,
be the
queen.
forefront of this conversation right now. Yeah. She did complete a drug and alcohol program, so that will help her. But mama is going to do jail time regardless. And that means some kids are going to have to go somewhere. And I hope it's not in the system.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Yeah.
I hope somebody's grandma come and get them.
Hers will.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Oh,
know.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know.
Her mama might be 36, and so I don't know.
She's 27, so it's possible.
Yep. But that was them. Last but not least, we have Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm calling them. Purple Hearts.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Yeah. Because everybody in this motherfucker's in recovery. Let me tell you.
I mean, would I tell you everybody?
Yeah, everybody. So this is historic.
It is.
We have a cis homosexual man-to-man relationship.
Yes, I think the first ever of Love After Lockup.
Yes, yes. And I'm quite surprised this hasn't come up sooner. I just feel like they had to get the right book in.
Maybe,
so,
perhaps.
So this takes us to Boise, Idaho. And this makes all the sense based on the drugs that they was on.
Yes.
So
oh, yes.
Joey and Michael. So Joey is the real estate brokerage coordinator, and who is 46.
Yeah.
And Michael, who is 40. He is in prison for intent to deliver and drug trafficking, which I'm assuming he was trying to move meth to somebody.
They set up
and
a sting.
got caught up by undercover. Yeah. So Joey is a little late bloomer. He came out at 30, very Gerard Carmichael T.
Police. But he do got 16 years in the game.
Yeah. So he's a little bit of a veteran, we open with him on Face, JPay, whatever the fuck they do on his ThinkPad. And Michael's trying to phone bone.
Yeah.
But Joey is at home
With his parents.
Yeah, and he lives with his parents, and his parents were just in the next room. He, during a financial downturn in his life, his parents were like, "Why don't you just move in to save money?"
He also was having some mental health issues.
Yeah, and they were like, "Why don't you just come home and get yourself together, and then as soon as you get yourself together, you can get your own place or whatever." That was 10 years ago. That's always a little bit been my fear.
Yeah.
Which is why I have not moved home in 20 years. I left 20 years ago and I have not moved back.
No.
Because I know that at some point, like if I were to move back, I would probably not leave because I would become like, what? Pay rent? What? No, for what?
I think I'd.
And that's no shade to people who have, I that's just a personal thing. I just know me. I would get complacent because A, I hate moving, and B, my mother makes excellent breakfast. So why would I leave?
I love my mother, but I don't think we should live together.
That's also a thing.
at a home.
like I like weed and gay sex, and that's not something my mother.
No,
enjoys,
she's not
so,
into those things. So
No.
but Joey and Michael are. So
Yes.
Michael more so. We learned that he has a very high sex drive. And Joey also, is very open with us and lets us know that he is a full 100% bottom. Michael is a full 100% top with a very high sex drive. And so therefore he is getting ready to be spatchcocked when he gets out.
My note says we have restored the natural order of things.
None of this verse business.
Yeah. So they actually met on an app 6 years ago, and so they've hooked up, and however he disappeared. Michael did, and clearly because he got locked up. And this is very important to the story. So he gets out in like 6 to 8 months, which is not long,
No.
And however, they have not been able to see one another since he's been in prison. And the reason why is because the prison system in Idaho requires them to have proof that they have known each other previous to him being locked up, because to avoid any type of drug trafficking within the prison system, which that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, kind of.
But I also am like, but then you are alienating people who do this, right?
Yeah,
there could be some genuine connections.
Yes, there could be. And also niggas who know each other can also traffic drugs. So
That's very true. Michael tells him to Photoshop a picture of them together. And Joey's like, I'm not trying to go to jail for this nigga, but I'm also trying to see this nigga. So I'm conflicted. So he talks to his Faja, who is a very, very sweet man.
Seems to be so.
Yeah, very supportive. A little bit more supportive than he should be in this relationship.
Ever so slightly. I see. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he tells his father, what's going on and all this good stuff. And his father's kind of like, well, I can't tell you what to do, but don't do it. And we learn about everybody's recovery journey. We learn that his father is in recovery for alcoholism. We learn that Joey is in recovery for alcoholism, and then 10 years of being sober, he hit a different type of wall in place where he was at a very low point in his life and he needed something stronger, and he turned to meth. And so he was on it for a little while, and he got into a program and got out of it. And so he is in a constant state of rehabilitation and recovery. And so his father's kind of like, well, is this nigga going to pull you back into that situation? Because Michael was moving meth and shit. And he was like, well, and this is common, what we hear on this show, like they were in the military, shit got bad, and they ended up addicted to whatever substance of their choice.
Yeah.
And so, and that's how they ended up in this situation. And because his dad was like, I only respect him because he was in the military.
Yeah, he said that's the only pass he gets from me, but he still got to prove himself. So, of course, Joey is hiding a secret from his family. We don't know what it is yet, but I don't care unless you are pregnant with a gerbil. You know what I'm saying?
Or he already sent this picture I know that's probably what it is, that he photoshopped this picture.
And
That's probably what it is.
we will see what happens. He's very concerned about this picture, though, because he's like, I'm afraid that they're going to say that I will never have an opportunity if they catch that's what it is, for us to see one another. And he, outside of his meth usage, he kind of seems like kind of straight-laced, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
And let's be very clear here. Michael is a career criminal. Like, career. Also, we don't know what Michael looks like either, because he was Asian in some of those pictures. He was Latino in some of those pictures. And then he was like white from Boise, Idaho in some of those pictures. It's giving big.
He also looked like Evelyn Salt in some of those pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was giving Ozark energy, but I also, we'll learn more about them.
Yeah. So that concludes today's recap of Love During Lockup. Again, it's free everywhere we are. Subsequent episodes will be behind a paywall on our Patreon, so go subscribe there at patreon.com/JadenXD. And we will see you all next week for a new recap over there. Bye.